Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Taken from about the 12. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
On second down, here's Mitchell.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it was Tarvarius Moore.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Prescott looks to throw on first.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. 2nd down.
2nd down at 7.
Jackson.
Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Going for it, it's Mitchell.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. On 1st and 10, Prescott looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you can use your body to create some space.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
Here's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Ambly Thomas. And the 49ers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
The Niners are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down, here's Mitchell. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
4th down, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Jackson now. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
Now Jackson on 1st down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Elijah Mitchell with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 14-7. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Try the right side with Mitchell.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Play action. It's Jackson. On the move to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points. And following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind...
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. Touchdown. Gerald Everett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Touchdown, 49ers!
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now on 2nd and 16. Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And now here's another interception. And into the end zone, a pick six from the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the deep.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness, there was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys 16.
101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Completes it to Samuel.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
To throw is Jackson.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the 49ers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
The point after is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He finds his target, Beckham.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
From way up at the 23. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the 1st down. Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Prescott down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another run with Mitchell. And some room to run now. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Niners, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.